Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are on video number 32 of Nimrod's secret identity, the greatest conspiracy on earth. The nuts and bolts. The sun in equilibrium, balance between the outward pressure of its thermonuclear process and the inward gravitational pull caused by its mass. The phrase, moon into blood, describes an optical principle of the light spectrum. When the sun goes out, it will be Yahuah temporarily stopping the thermonuclear activity deep inside the sun, where hydrogen is constantly being converted into helium, which is fusion, under extreme pressure and temperature. It's like a constant outward explosion from the core of the sun. When this process stops, the photosphere, visible shell of glowing gas of the sun, will undergo an immediate spectral change toward the red, and the gas ball will utterly go out like a campfire. It will still glow very brightly in the red part of the spectrum for the sheer heat stored in the core and outer regions. This is what will make the moon seem to be the color of blood, reflecting the light from the reddened sun. The heliosphere or solar wind will essentially cease to exist. The sun will have become a red dwarf star, because the outward pressure will temporarily stop. The sun's mass will cause it to shrink to less than half its current perceived size. As scary as this whole scenario sounds, what follows is even worse. When the sun reignites from the pressure of the collapsing gas, there will be a solar nova or burst of heat, light, and plasma. This will seriously scorch the earth, and many will be burned to a crisp. The oceans will be moved out of their places, and islands will be annihilated. Coastlands will be lashed clean. All of these things have been described by the prophets of Yahuah and YAHUSHA. YAHUSHA also warned us of them in Matsah 24. Kepha or Peter spoke of it also at 2 Peter chapters 2 and 3. This outpouring of wrath on the rebellious will not harm those steadfast in the covenant. For we will be changed, clothed with immortality, just as these events begin to unfold. 1,000 fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it does not come near you. Psalm 91:7. We are guarded by messengers now. It will become obvious in the distress. No evil befalls you, and a plague does not come near your tent. For he commands his messengers concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:10 and 11. Tent equals your body. We will be protected from even stubbing our toe on the day of Yahuah. Extending over the entire earth, it will be like the plague of darkness in the last days of Egypt. Added to all this excitement, stars or meteors will fall from the sky, causing some to blaspheme Yahuah. Some of these meteors will be near planet killers, causing the earth to reel like a drunkard from the breaking up of the crust, exposing magma. It will literally be the worst period seen since the earth was created. Those living anywhere within hundreds of miles of a volcano or crustal plate edge will be consumed by lava. YAHUSHA promised to shorten the days for our sakes. Then he will appear in the skies, and every eye will see him coming. The transgressors and those who resist his sovereignty will be hiding themselves in the caves and under rocks in tunnels they've prepared. And the fourth messenger poured out his bowl on the sun, and it was given to him to burn men with fire. And men were burned with great heat, and they blasphemed the name of Elohim, who possesses authority over these plagues, and they did not repent to give him esteem. Revelation 16:8 and 9. Clearly the sun will burn mankind. Howl, for the day of Yahuah is near. It comes as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands go limp, every man's heart melts, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows take hold of them. They are in pain as a woman in labor. They are amazed at one another, their faces aflame. See, the day of Yahuah is coming, fierce with wrath and heat of displeasure, to lay the earth waste and destroy its sinners from it. Yashayahu Isaiah 13:6-9. False teachings about when we will be changed cause many people to believe they will not be on earth to witness the wrath. Rather, we will be taken or snatched by YAHUSHA as he is returning in the skies, coming to take dominion over his lost world. Our Redeemer comes to take us to himself, so we must not fear the wrath being poured out. As the lost will feel the terror, we will feel the love of his presence as he comes to gather us on the day of his return. Look carefully at each component of the following text, describing the distress, followed by the gathering of the Kodashim. Mattah 24:29-31. And immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then the sign of the son of Adam shall appear in the heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the son of Adam coming on the clouds of the heaven with power and much esteem. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound and a trumpet, and they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. If you notice, these events describe a period of distress, great tribulation, followed by the grand finale, the darkening of the sun. Next, a meteorite bombardment commences, and the powers of the heavens shake. And then YAHUSHA appears in the skies, apparently while the sun remains darkened. At this point, a great shofar is heard, and the messengers, Malachim, are sent to gather the chosen ones. It is at this point the sealed Torah obedient followers of YAHUSHA are really gathered. It should be obvious to all readers now. Okay, I apologize. I had to pause for a little bit. My package came with my new stuff. I got a bunch of new dresses. Praise Yahuah, and they all fit me pretty well. And we got the dogs some new harnesses and a light for the bedroom, and some of these because we needed some body measuring tapes because Bella's new harness is kind of tight on her, but well, at least it can snap. Praise Yahuah. And I got a thing for my teeth, like one of those water floss things, but like Temo is wicked cheap. Like everything is usually around like $10 or between $1 and $7. So like it was pretty cheap compared to what it would have been if I made an order from Amazon. And things have been going pretty well with my husband's job, so we were able to order some stuff. Praise Yahuah. Okay, so we left off at, it should be obvious to all readers now, the Christian rapture ideas are incorrect and are dangerous because so many will be unproductive harvest workers, paralyzed by the false expectations they were given. YAHUSHA wants them to return to the covenant now, so they might be added to us to do his work among the lost in the days ahead. Pray the master of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Luke 10:2. The majority of Christians have been listening to poisonous teachings, making them unprepared to stand in the day of wrath. These are the survivors whom Yahuah will call, assisted by the Nazarene who will be on earth during the distress. The Nazarene are the elect chosen ones for whom the duration of the distress will be shortened. Our purpose during the distress will be to help people be restored to the covenant. They must be helped to overcome many false teachings learned from misguided preachers. They will learn that Sunday is not the day Yahuah blessed, and because of their distress, they will listen to us more closely. They will not argue about the true name, and many will submit to immersion for the remission of sin and be sealed for protection. Those teachers who hold to the pre-trib rapture, in spite of the above texts, claim that those being gathered at the end of days are those who turned to Yahuah during the distress. Christian assemblies believe they will see nothing of the terrors and birth pangs and the fiery cataclysm at the very end of days. They believe they are in heaven during the distress and will come with YAHUSHA when he returns. The text says we will all see him coming, be gathered by Malachim into the air to meet him, and continue down with him as the new Jerusalem. This is when the Malachim gather the wheat into the master's barn. We never go to a heaven as most understand heaven. We will reign with YAHUSHA in his kingdom of heaven here on a renewed earth. His throne will be on earth, and we will be with him always. Amos 5 and you all too explains to us that the day of Yahuah is a day of great darkness. And Yahusha's words at Matthew 24 are given to us, so we will be comforted when we see the sun literally turn off like a lamp. It will still be glowing red hot, but it will be so dark that we would be struck with terror if we didn't realize what was going on. For the Master Yahuah does no matter unless he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. A lion has roared. Who is not afraid? The Master Yahuah has spoken. Who would not prophesy? Amos 3:7 and 8. And there shall be signs in the sun and moon and stars, and on the earth anxiety of nations and bewilderment at the roaring of the sea and agitation, men fainting from fear in the expectation of what is coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, and they shall see the Son of Adam coming in a cloud with power and much esteem. And when these matters begin to take place, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near. Luke 21:25-28. The sun and moon are not symbolic by worldly rulers, as some teach today. The darkness will be real, not figurative. This article is written to awaken many from their slumbering and to prepare us all for what lies just ahead of us. Purge the false teachings and be sober. The day of Yahuah is coming, is the next section. 1 Thessalonians 4:15 and 16. For this we say to you by the word of the Master, that we, the living, who are left over at the coming of the Master, shall in no way go before those who are asleep. Because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of a chief messenger, and with the trumpet of Elohim, and the dead in Mashiach shall rise first. And so we shall always be with the Master. So then encourage one another with these words. For look, the day shall come burning like a furnace, and all the proud and every wrongdoer shall be stubble. And the day that shall come shall burn them up, said Yahuah Zavuot, which leaves to them neither root nor branch. But to you who fear my name, the servant of righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go out and leap for joy like calves from the stall, and you shall trample the wrongdoers, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet on the day that I do this, said Yahuah Zavuot. Remember the Torah of Moshe, my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb for all Yasharah, laws and right rulings. See, I am sending you Eliyahu the prophet, before the coming of the great and awesome day of Yahuah. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with utter destruction. I almost got tongue-tied, I apologize. Malachi 4:1-6. Look closely at the nymphs below, symbols of Dagon, the fish deity of the Philistines. You're in the mother of harlots, Babel zone. Starbucks coffee even has the symbol of one of the water nymphs. Fertility in your face, Dagon of the Philistines. I'll read all the pictures and then I'll show you in a second. Scheme of the devil, to hide witchcraft in plain sight. Teachings of prophetess Isabel, or better known as Jezebel. Revelation 2. Sun pillar, which is the big thing in Washington, D.C. Asherah Circe, the lady with a witch hat. And Tammuz, Asherah, Circe, an obelisk on top of a steeple on top of a CRUCH. Obelisk, cone of power, image of jealousy. And he said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing? The great abominations which the house of Yasharal are doing here, driving me away from my set-apart place? And you are to see still greater abominations. Ezekiel 8:6. Witchcraft is called CHURCH, or Kirke. It's all witchcraft in plain sight. Egyptian queen of heaven, Nut, and the Mazaroth, notice Zu, or zodiac, at her sides. Orion, Osiris, and Nimrod, Orion, Osiris, Serapis, Baal, Krishna, Ra, Got, Zeus, Mithras, Apollo, Helios, Shamash are the same. They're all the same deity. I'll show it a little bit closer so you can see each picture. Sorry. And Matzah, what's it about? Fungus among us, moldy leaven. Matzah unleavened bread. When you learn what it is, you'll see it everywhere. This funky mold is a cancer, and YAHUSHA is the cure. A yoke is a body of teachings. From what yoke does the truth set us free? Most people have the impression it concerns the 10 Commandments and Yahuah's festivals. This is tragic because this is the strong delusion. The 10 Commandments are in fact the truth and a light for our path. The truth frees us from a smelly fungus, and there's even a special 7-day observance Yahuah commanded for us to observe every year to clean it out. Our freedom is from the traditions of men, which YAHUSHA was the most critical of above all else. YAHUSHA calls the teachings of men leaven. He was never upset because anyone obeyed the 10 Commandments, but rather because they disobeyed them and made men's traditions their commandments. The 7-day observance called unleavened bread or matzah is a shadow of redemption that pictures the removal of the moldy, puffed-up teaching authority of men from our hearts, so our hearts are able to perceive the pure, clean teachings of YAHUSHA, free of the corrupting ideas of men. YAHUSHA was upset with how traditions came to replace the commandments of Yahuah. If YAHUSHA were to appear in person at a Sunday morning assembly, he would surely see nothing that reflects how he taught us to live, because Constantine insisted that they would have nothing in common with a hostile rabble of the Yahudim. Most still have Constantine's mold in their hearts. This is a small glimpse at the Festival of Matzah, one of 7 observances of Yahuah. They are the redemption plan, a shadow of things to come. Do not make idols for yourselves, and do not set up a carved image or a pillar for yourselves, and do not place a stone image in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahuah your Elohim. Only YAHUSHA can restore eyesight to the blind. Receive YAHUSHA's Torah vision. He is our only teaching authority. What is CHURCH? A sun temple? There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Or the way of death, sorry. Proverbs 16:25. Nimrod started all this, and YAHUSHA will end it. He will burn it down at his coming. And if you guys would like to get this book or any other book that Brother Lou wrote, you can go to TorahZone.net. I can post that in the description box if you guys would like. The next book we are going to start with is Who is Allah? The Hindu Perspective. Or the Hindu Connection. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, so now it's time to praise Yahuah. Alright, let's see. Today is the day the Most High has made. Hallelujah. Praise Yahuah. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We therefore must endure the hardship as good soldiers in the Most High's army. No one engaged in warfare entangles himself with the affairs of this life. The war is in the spiritual realm. We must please him who enlisted us, his chosen soldiers. You're only crowned if you follow the rules and stay steadfast in love and truth. The Most High will work out his plans for our lives. No matter what we see, no matter what we feel, every second of the day. For faithful love, oh, Adam need endures forever. He won't abandon nor forsake us, because He is the one that made us. Yahuah will renew our strength. We will mount up with wings as eagles. We shall run and not grow weary, and we shall walk and not grow faint. And that was, let me see. That was Today is the Day the Most High has made. I wrote that based on another brother's video that he made, and I just got inspired to write a song, and I wrote it. I took out a couple choruses there. I took out, because the beginning part is actually the chorus, but I took it out so it wouldn't make this video so long. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know our Abba Yahuah did. I love you guys with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth.